Good evening. Of course, we are back. We are back, and so is Man United. We are going to St. Mary's tomorrow, facing the music. Ten Hag, is it a must-win? We have a brilliant panel today. We have Jay Daly. He's also back, and apparently I spoke to him earlier. He's been to the gym and done back session. You know what I mean, guys? You know, this is a Friday chill. We're going to do a little bit of a preview. We're going to play the devil's advocate, and we're going to call a spade, of course, with Jay Daly in the house. You know what to do, guys. Like and subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification button so you never miss when we go live. But most important thing is that bloody like. Finger that like button right now, and we'll be back in a couple of seconds. Let's go. Let's do this. And let's go.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharply to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
And we are live. Good evening, people. Good evening to Jay Daly. It's been a hot minute, my friend. How you doing, sir?
Nick, good evening. Great to be here. Let's rock and roll, get back to all things Manchester United tonight. Who'd have thought that we would have 3 points so far? My God, we were having an absolutely amazing season, are we not? A confident manager, amazing players, a United fan base. We're winning the league, are we not?
Well, it is what it is. Like, it's the still start of the season. Plenty of games to play, Jay. And I don't know. It hasn't been pleasant 2 weeks of having no football, but finally we're back. And the way we can silence the lamb is to win games, isn't it? That's the way it is.
Well,
right?
If you look, tomorrow, St. Mary's. Last season, we scored a total of 1 goal against St. Mary's in 2 games, and that was Bruno's goal from Delo's assist. I think the previous year we got 2 draws, 2 1-1 draws. So we've had 4 games here against Southampton, and we've had a total of 3 goals in 2 years against them. There you go. We had that anomaly those many years ago under Mr. Solskjaer. Mr. I've at the wheel. Remember that anomaly 9-0? So I think Mick is probably on the opinion tomorrow is going to be a rout, where I'm of the opinion it's going to be the ubiquitous 1-0 off Maguire's arse, probably.
Well, Maguire's not going to start tomorrow. We're going to get into that as well. But listen, it's a tricky one. St. Mary's, of course, we are going away. It's been a 2-week international break. I think the players are up for revenge. I was covering the Ten Hag's press conference, and I don't think it's going to be a 9-0. I don't really care what the result is at the end of the day. I'm a realist. Me personally, Jay, I just want to see results. I want to see 3 points, and then we kick on, because we're going to play, I think, 7 games in the next 3-4 weeks or something, right? It's going to be tight. It's tight like a camel's ass in a sandstorm, to be fair, man. So I don't know. What do you expect for tomorrow? Do you expect
I got a better one.
Yeah, go
think
ahead.
The next 7 games are going to be tighter than a front row of a condiment mass. Make that what you will. But
good evening, people.
7 games. 7 games. It's after Watershed, so we can say what the hell we want. 7 games, Mick. Right? I reckon next 7 games we're going to get 4 points. 2 of those games are at home.
You reckon?
We'll get 4
Why
points.
do you think
I
so?
don't get,
I mean, if we play the
games.
devil's advocate here, so don't you reckon we could do like we did in the first season? We go on a run, like, you know, run, you know.
Look, Mick, obviously, I want us to go on an epic run.
Yeah.
I want us to achieve top 4 and ultimately win the Europa League. But I don't think this manager is capable of such a feat. So it'd be nice to get a handle there in the live chat from the people watching live. How many points are we going to get in the league between now and next international break? I'm saying 4, a win tomorrow, and probably we make out a draw against Crystal Palace. That's it, my friend. That's it. If Villa will do us, I've no question Villa will do us. We'll stroll against Porto in Europa League, and we'll beat Twente, and he will play a strong side and win the Carabao Cup game, as he almost does. And we'll be in December. We'll have injuries, muscle injuries, overuse injuries, muscle tears, and Ten Hag will again bemoan his injuries, that his overuse of players, his mismanagement of the squad. He is accountable for that squad and the workload. But he would bemoan injuries.
Don't you?
And that's a crutch that he wore last season, my friend.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. Like, I'm gonna be a little bit more balanced on the other side here. Like, I'm gonna pull it to the left a little bit, Jay. You're pulling it to the right. I'm gonna say, like, you know, okay, if I compare last season and what he has this season, there's no excuse. I totally agree. Basically, he's been back this season, total new backroom staff, new coaches, new set piece coaches, new medical staff. Everything is there in place for him to succeed, and they're going to build around that as well, including the new head of scouting and all that jazz, right? I would say that the transfer window has been success in a certain ways, that we got our 17 players out the door. We have never sold as many as we did, and we got 7 players in. And one key player that I see, me personally, is that we always spoke about this famous donut hole in the middle, right? You know, from the McFred to, we haven't really had a proper specialist CDM since Carrick left. And now we have bought one, which is Manuel Ugarte. And I was watching the press conference the other day. I was covering it, and he's available to start, apparently. Like, you know, he did brilliant over in the international breaks. So I hear what you're saying. I think the first 3 games, I could see what we were trying to do, but we didn't really click into gears yet. Like, you know, with new fresh players coming into the squad, they got to be embedded. They got to sort of learn where's the copy machine. You know, where's the stapler? It's like when you start your job, you're asking around, like, you know, excuse me, where is the copy machine? It's like, yeah, go to the left, and they're still trying to find each other runs. But I'm more thinking about another thing that is concerning to me, alarming, and that is the goalkeeping situation. A lot of people are starting to pick that up, and I've been cutting it some slack. And you and me, we've been big advocates on actually why we let go of the legend De Gea himself. Because for me, a goalkeeper, his prime job is not to play out from back; is actually to stop shots to go into the goal, isn't it? But you know, we recruited in Onana to be a sort of distribution goal, you know, playing good on the foot and distribute the ball, but he hasn't really been living up to his standards. And the goals he's been letting in has been despicable. What's your opinion regarding that?
Yeah, I made my thoughts on Onana very, very clear on X. I referred to him as the African Taibi. Actually, guys, in the chat, can you name me one elite top-class African goalkeeper? I'm waiting. Guys in the live chat, can you name me one elite African goalkeeper? Please, hit it now. Look, Onana, he's beaten at his near post far too easily for me. We saw last season, I think I flagged, there was an 8-game run where he got beaten near post 6 times in 8 games. Okay, plus the fact he doesn't come out in his box. That's another point. Another infamous fan channel, a certain blonde individual, banged on for a year about distribution, had the 14-year-old versions salivating at the thought distribution. I don't know what they were thinking was going to happen. And then, of course, we had the whole X, or the tacticals and X banging on distribution. And Mike, as you already pointed out, goalkeeping 101 is to save shots. And I've seen nothing from Onana that tells me A, he just can distribute well if he doesn't, or B, can save shots. Now, anybody watching that I've played in a back four, even in five-a-side football or nine-a-side, even socially or for a team, if you've no confidence in your goalkeeper and you're in a one-on-one, so you're right back and you're up against the left winger, you're going to overcompensate. You're going to make a silly mistake, give away a free kick, draw a foul, or make that last ditch tackle because you're lacking confidence in your goalkeeper. So I think last season, the goals we conceded was lack confidence in a back four. I know Varane was injured. He was in and out of the squad. Maguire had deputised a couple of times. Johnny Evans for me last season, and I've spoke with Johnny Evans many times. I think he was our best centre-back. Martinez was injured multiple times. But it goes back to Onana and the back four not having confidence in him. Every team builds from the back. And unfortunately, Onana is like having a blind man piloting a ship. That's what Onana is. Okay.
Listen, listen, can I just, people are saying that I have sound issues. Can you guys hear me better now? Can you? Jay, you can hear me all right? Can people in the chat give me one?
All good.
Yeah. Sound mix, sound, like I'm checking my sound settings. Can you give me an indication in the chat room if I'm still bad? Because I hear myself perfectly fine. If not, I have to change sound settings. No, I don't know. Better now, Mick. Okay, maybe it was the bandwidth, pretty much. Yeah, no, Onana for me, it's been a liability. I mean, give him some leeway the first season, and obviously, when you think back when you had the international break and think he actually cost us the Champions League, and what is the purpose of having a ball playing goalkeeper if you can't really stop the shots? Like, he's been letting in too many easy goals, and he's too slow getting down. It's this corner goals, the balls that are coming down, rolling on the ground, that he's been letting in, right? Other than that, everything above his chest, he's all right, but it's just getting down to the ground quick enough. So, what Ineos has been doing so far, what they've been saying is that nobody's safe for the places. But the question is, will they drop the goalkeeper? Reports were saying today that they are secretly talking to Unai Simon, the Spanish #1 top goalkeeper. And that would be a significant signing if you get him on the line over in January next season. Yeah, Jay, you there?
Mick, I've seen fat lads that go down faster on a buffet than I've seen on that. I've never been at a hotel at a buffet.
Sorry.
So Mick is breaking up my ears. Mick, can you hear me? I think you're breaking up my ears a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, I'm good.
Mick?
Yeah. Yep. Am I dead?
Okay, I was saying, I've seen fat people at a buffet react faster to food at a table than I've seen Onana die for a post. He's too slow. He's too cumbersome. He does not do the basic, which is stop shots. And I've said it time and time again. De Gea left the club with the golden glove. He played, how many seasons did De Gea play in front of Maggie Maguire and Victor Lindelof? How many years? And before that, he had Erik Bailly, he had Marcus Rojo. De Gea kept us from being a mid-table team for many, many years. But the fan base were so fast to turn on De Gea because it was the new toy syndrome. And they bought into this distribution bollocks. And that's all it is. It's complete bollocks. Our manager does not play out from the back. He just doesn't do it.
I mean,
he's in a 4-3. Go ahead. He's trying to hold it into his 4-2-3-1 formation. Doesn't work. With that squad, I believe he should be playing at 3 at the back. Most certainly 3 at the back with wing backs.
Interesting.
That's the best use of your squad. So if something's broke in life or in business or relationship, what do you do, my friend? You find a solution and you fix it. You don't stay with the same thing over and over again. Like the most famous phrase from Einstein is, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. And that is what Ten Hag is doing, Mick. Like, we are 3 seasons in. Do you think we're any better now in 2024 and 2021?
I think so.
I don't see it, mate.
Yeah,
football-wise, I'm not talking about the transfers. I'm talking about football.
Yeah, no, this is, guys, I see Irfan is disappointed. I understand. But we're talking about standards. What I'm trying to do here is playing the devil's advocate, 100%. It's a little bit of a Friday game. There is certain players that doesn't live up to the standards. And, of course, as fans, we have to sort of point it out, but not really slag it, right? We know that a lot of people don't rate Harry Maguire. He's probably not going to get minutes. We know that this is a back force partnership is going to be like, Dalot, Licha, and what do you call him? De Ligt, and also Mazraoui. Now, we saw De Ligt, getting a start, and he played 65 minutes. I think he was quite solid, to be honest, right? But he's still like, there's a lot of players that needs to sort of gel with the team. And I think that it doesn't matter if you have a really strong back four, if you have a unreliable, a nervous goalkeeper at the end of the day. So how you win games is to keep a tight defense, in my opinion, and don't let, keep a clean sheet. And play from the back can work. The way we are starting to play from the back, it's working. I can see that. We are pressing high up on the pitch as well. And we're also creating a mid-block as well. Now, the problem has been also Casemiro in that sense. And I don't think Casemiro will get many minutes unless we rotate and play in the cups. I think the key signing here, it is Ugarte. And Ugarte has to start tomorrow. We want to see what is Ugarte all about. Because Ugarte will be that shield. We remember we spoke about the Bermuda Triangle, when we had Casemiro together with Licha and Varane. Right?
Varane and Martinez.
So now we've... Yeah. So now we have a new...
Who's behind them? David De Gea.
Yeah. We need something solid there, to... So for me, it's been a little bit of criticism, but you can also point the criticism against Ten Hag as well in his last team selection. When you have an informed Garnacho, he's a proper left winger that actually takes on his fullbacks and is creative, putting crosses into the box as well. And then on the counterpart on the right, you have Amad Diallo that's been cooking up a storm lately. Now, what really upset me against Liverpool is that he shoehorned in Marcus Rashford into the left just because it's Marcus Rashford. And then he put a Garnacho to the right and put out Ahmad on the bench, who has been nominated as the player of the month, right? So there is you got to stop doing that. Play players in right position and not play in the wrong positions, like to shoehorn in Rashford into the left just because you can play Garnacho as well. So I would like to see tomorrow, we're going to go into that, the lineup, right? Now, I know you're not a big advocate of Rashford either, but, we've seen over the international breaks, there's been some pictures of him doing personal off-the-pitch training as well, and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, mate? Show it on the pitch.
Okay, Mick. Okay, so I've made my views on Rashford very, very clear. I'm not going to go over it again. The Marcus Rashford propaganda department was in full flow during national break. They had Marcus with, first of all, I'd say very poor technique, technically very poor technique in his training. Like his trainers, he's paying good money for those boys, awful technique. Okay, if I saw that piss poor technique in my gym, I'd be calling people aside. I'd be calling my staff aside. Why are you teaching people this rubbish? Poor technique, first of all. Okay, he surrounds himself with Muppets and yes men. So his trainers, as you saw in his videos, that's shocking technique across the board. And then he's probably taking shots against a junior goalkeeper. Like, big fucking deal, mate. As you said, Nick.
Yeah, true.
Talking on the pitch.
No, and for me,
like
sorry, yeah.
Go ahead,
man. No, for me, I hear what you're saying. For me, this season, per se, for me, this season, I don't care who you pick. It's not my job to pick the team, right? I'm here as a fan, and what I want to see is rotation. I want us to get 3 points game by game. I don't really care, give a shit what others are doing, right? Because this is his third season. He's the only manager that's been giving a third season since Sir Alex left, right? So my point is that now you have all the tools being given, the right players for the right system. Some people say there's no system style, or I call that, well, what is a system? What is a style? Well, system is simple like that. You know, UJ, they say you work in Waldorf Hotel, right? Let's say. And in order for this hotel to function correctly, you need to have a system, right? And in order for this to flow even better, you need to have IQ people on the pitch, or that does the job what you're telling them to. Now, so there's certain things that a manager can do, but what happens on the pitch is down to the players on the pitch as well, how you react in the certain situations. The manager can shout himself to his blue in the face, but if you're not following the instructions, if you're not, you know, running into the patterns, or, you know, running from behind, or creating spaces, what else can the manager do, man?
Nick, they're all very valid points, but what happens to this group of players? Now, obviously, new signs withstanding, but over the last 3 years, what happens when United go a goal down? What happens to the mentality? What happens to the morale? What happens to the heads? Heads drop. Mistakes are compounded. And that's manifested then with Bruno bitching and moaning like a child to referees. And when you've got Bruno, he's in the referee's face over and over again, and it comes to 50-50 call, the referee is not going to give United the call. Heads drop. It's a weak mentality team. And bringing in guys like Ugarte, again, he's not a panacea. Dave147 says Ugarte will give us a shield, but we're miles from dominant possession. Yes, Dave, I agree.
Yes.
Another guy here, Mr. B, says ETH has no standards. He's in year 3 talking about ongoing process without progress. 600 million spent. How much for started play? 1 billion, maybe 1.5. Again, excellent point. Excellent point. So, you know, like the guys in live chat, Mick, I think the lads in live chat are spot on. What is here as well? De Gea, United 40 says he's the manager. If his prerogative gets it wrong, he loses his job. Way it is.
Yeah, that's the way it
another
is.
Another chap here, Ifran Defro says, United don't want to lose Rashford. He is the face of United. This is a culture which have been part of United's DNA for decades. Do you blame Ten Hag for that? Yes, I do. I blame Ten Hag for not marching up to Sir Jim and the powers above and Brailsford saying, listen, I'm sick to my tits of working at Rashford. The weak mentality player. The contract was signed by Woodward and Murta. It was a giveaway contract. I don't want this person in my squad. He's not part of my plans. Move him on. And that wasn't done.
No, but that wasn't done this summer either. I think it's more, you know, I'm going to respond to this as well, like, you know, what Irfan is saying. Like, you know, I don't blame Ten Hag for that. I blame that we couldn't get rid of everything in one summer, right? We know what happened with the Belfast baby incident. We know what happened with Rashford, and we know what happened with Sancho. We dealt with a lot of situations, including Greenwood, and you can't get rid of everything in one summer. But if he doesn't perform this season, you can't play him into, like, you know, you can't start him just to hope that he will do something on the pitch. You completely see it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So I said that, you know, put him on the bench. And what I want to see here, no favoritism. I want to see play your best team, play who is doing well in training, play who is doing well on the pitch. And that's what it is, even in work, right? In normal work situation, if you're underperforming, you're going to be called into the boss's office to say why you're not doing what I'm telling you to do, right? So for me, I'm switching off all this negativity and just want to focus on this season to see what the hell are we doing right now, because there's no excuses at the moment. We have a takeover. We have proper change management in terms of new footballing operation, new leadership, and we keep building. Like we lay down the foundation. We got the right people in places, the right team. I think it's going to take 1 or 2 transfer windows more to get the perfection. But at least I'm not going to go and sort of slag Ten Hag on this one. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, the buck stops there. Like, you know, if you come to Christmas and you lost all this game, that it's inevitable. I would say so. I'm not Ten Hag in, not Ten Hag out. I love my team and I want us to be successful. You know what I mean?
Listen, Mick, I agree. Everybody watching and guys in the live chat, we all want a team to be successful. But the body of work over the last 3 years, doesn't that inspire confidence? Like we were chatting off air. Ten Hag's teams have lost 6 times, conceded 6 times in the 90th minute. That's more than in the last 30 years. They're all on the Ten Hag's realm. Like some of the comments here are literally saying what we can. As a guy called Wizard, and it's a good comment from Wizard.
Wizard.
You can only add components to an individual player's game by having superior fitness. We knew months ago under Ineos players would struggle mentally and physically. Welcome to the real world of elite sport.
Yeah.
Okay, Wizard. The real world of elite sport is all about preparing your body, your mind to perform. Okay.
Yeah, you can see your medals behind you
over the last couple of years that have not prepared our team to perform in the best realm. Secondly, we've got a manager, and we referenced it previously, that overplays players to the point that they pick up muscle injuries, and then he bemoans his injury crisis, which compounds the problems. So he has to use squad rotation. Like bloody hell. Like I don't know what you coach at the moment, Nick, but I start coaching rugby again tomorrow. The season starts, and rugby, different sport of football, obviously it's war of attrition. The most important thing in rugby is your bench. To know when to take players off and use 100%. Your bench. And it's another thing as well. I don't like. It's just frustrating to watch as a fan. Like, when was the last time I enjoyed a United game? It was obviously the anomaly that was the FA Cup final against City. That was the anomaly.
Yeah.
But last season, how many games last season, guys? FA Cup final was standing. Comment now. How many games last season did you actually enjoy watching? You know, if someone says I enjoyed 5-6 games, tell me what games, because they're out of my mind. I can't remember the last time I actually sat down and really thought, okay, today I'm going to be entertained. I'm going to see attacking football. I'm going to enjoy myself. It's been a long time, and it's been
a long time. And I think the majority I think the majority of the fan base feels the same. They want to be entertained, and I agree to the comment that it's not an individual sport; it's a team sport, right? So that's what I want to see. Like, you know, and I can see us. We're not clicking into gear as of yet, but I can see exactly what we are trying to accomplish. So I'm not going to judge the 3 games that we played so far. And thank God we had a little bit of international break. If you look at the games against Liverpool, if you get Fulham, Brighton, I mean, the first 2 games, we didn't deserve to lose those games. I mean, we were playing quite well. Liverpool, we were playing quite well in the first 20-25 minutes. And then we had those stupid mistakes by Casemiro. Okay, that's individual errors, 100%. But I'm convinced if Casemiro didn't do those mistakes, or he looked up and chose a different pass, we were going into the first half with 0-0, potentially score, and there will be a different outcome. But unfortunately, football is a result business. So when we lose, our fan base is so reactionary and still living on last season and the seasons before and everything else. So that's why I'm saying, like, okay, 3 games, I'm willing to, you know, forget about it, just see what we do tomorrow. Because apparently, St. Mary's, it's not easy. Southampton just got back onto the Premier League, and they play 3 in the back. They do play in 3 in the back. They're quite expensive going forward. I don't know if you know much about Southampton, how they play, but let's just add this to the stage, peeps. Like, they play with 3 in the back, usually with Bednarek in the middle there. There's Stevens and Ramsdale from Arsenal, but they play overflood that midfield with fucking 5 midfielders, right? I would say fullbacks as well, cutting in inverted, because he likes to play with inverted fullbacks. So, and 2 up top. So this is the way the battle tomorrow will be in the midfield, because they're going to swarm us, right? How do you see us? Do you see us going the same traditional, 4-2-3-1, or do you see that we are going to go just like them, play 3 in the back?
Mick, I'm a big advocate of the 3-5-2 formation, and based on our current squad and his embarrassment of riches with midfielders. Like Ten Hag, it's embarrassing the amount of midfielders Ten Hag has. Logic would dictate that he would match up Southampton's formation tomorrow. Otherwise, he's going to be overrun midfield. Now, the fans are all calling for Ugarte to make his debut tomorrow. Okay, Ugarte played 90 minutes in Ecuador, I think, on Tuesday night, and a quick Google search told me that Ecuador back to London is a 15-hour flight. So he spent Wednesday traveling. He would have had Thursday as a recovery day, and so today he's back with the squad. Now, we know historically that Ten Hag has been very slow to give players his debut. Remember when he was playing Scott makes sideways over Casemiro? It was like a month or 5 weeks before Casemiro started. So don't be surprised tomorrow if Ugarte is on the bench at the 3-5-2, certainly, because he will be overrun midfield otherwise. But that's me. I'm only a YouTube analyst, Nick, more than yourself. I don't have UEFA Pro license.
No.
The United super chat. Want
big up, mate.
Go to the movies. Dunphy. That's a reference to Eamon Dunphy, who was like Marmite, probably the best pundit on Irish TV back in the 80s, 90s, and 90s. But as the national channel in Ireland, like Sky Sports, went woke, started ticking DI boxes, the old school guys were pushed aside, and now you don't watch pundits on TV because it's like watching 100% wallpaper dry. But
it's been
I love the reference to Eamon Dunphy there.
Yeah, it's a big thank you.
Yeah,
just want to say thank you, De Gea United 40 for your super chat as well. And Dav is saying, Mick, sorry, you make excuses. We've been poor. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep a balanced approach in a way. Like, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be too optimistic either. I'm going to be realistic to say, look, you know what? The first 3 games was okay. Yeah, we lost 2. We won 1. That's what it is. And tomorrow it's revenge time. So I see us going in there with a more clear focus. And thank God it's been international break. And judging from the press conference, he seems to have abundance of players to pick from, though. He said basically Højlund is available, but not going to start him. And I think so. No, don't start him. Don't rush him players. You have enough squads. I mean, Zirkzee on top. He's still gelling. He scored first, in his debut. He played in Holland, on the national breaks, and scored as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Now, at the end of the day, I certainly believe that the best way to play, and I'm going to add my 11, and you can sort of say what you think on MUC Realist TV. As what we talked about, Onana, the judge and jury is out. We will see what happens. But we do have Bayander in goal as well. We do have, what's his name, Radek Vitek as well. So I think I'm not going to be over-criticized, but, we're playing at St. Mary's. They're going to play 5 in the midfield. But I've gone with this one. Diego Dalot, Lisandro Martins, Matthias de Ligt, and Mazraoui. This is our best choice in the back, right? I think that Manuel Ugarte needs to start, and he needs to play a little bit more deeper in certain ways, that he will be the one that plays here, and Kobe Mainoo will be more advanced, and Bruno needs to start clicking. Bruno needs to get more creative. If we're going to have creativity, I don't think Rashford is the one to start on the left, because he doesn't cross the ball. He doesn't really go on his fullbacks, and that's why I go for Garnacho for a balance, right? Garnacho to the left and Amad Diallo on the right, and Zirkzee on top. Do you agree? Would you do something different on this lineup, Jay?
Okay, first of all, I'm dropping the African Tabi. I'd rather play Tom Heaton and go concede. No question about it. I don't believe Ugarte will start. I think it'll be as you were. It's going to be Casemiro and Mainoo in midfield. And then ultimately, when Mainoo either A, runs out of steam on 70 minutes, or Casemiro runs out of steam, on will come Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes plays on the left side of a midfield 3 for Portugal. And he's a different player of Portugal than United. I don't think he's naturally our 10. I wouldn't be adverse to, see, you're moving him around there now, and okay, So you've got Ugarte sitting just wholly front to the back.
Yeah,
you've got a 4-1-4-1 formation. So you then are predicating that on Zirkzee holding the ball up back to goal and bring
linking
Bruno
up play
and Manu into the game.
Yes,
and then obviously then Zirkzee being a big tall lad, you obviously then want Garnacho and Dalot pumping balls into the box.
Yeah.
Again,
that's what I
don't see anything wrong with that. There's a better chance of us matching up the centre 5 from Southampton. But as I said, Mick, we're just YouTube analysts. We don't have that exalted. You have a pro license to manage a professional team. So what I'm going to ask people in live chat: what does Ten Hag see in his 4-2-3-1 formation? And what's the efficacy of it with his players that we aren't seeing? Because clearly Ten Hag is seeing something, guys, that we're not. And normally Mick is the person playing devil's advocate over me because I'm far more aggressive in my tone and my analysis. But now I'm going to play devil's advocate. What does Ten Hag see in that 4-2-3-1 formation that we don't see? Because clearly he sees something that we just don't see. Are we blind?
Well, I think it's stubbornness. I think it's a system that he has in mind. He didn't want to change it last season. He had to compromise a little bit because of the injuries. But now when you have the right personnel in, the play out from the back starts from Andre Onana, starts from Lisandro Martinez and De Ligt as well, being the solid rocks. We see that Dalot and he basically wants to push the fullbacks further up the pitch. So you will have this one. So you will have De Ligt and Lisandro. So you might not see a sort of a single holding. So you will see these fullbacks bombing up forward and being inverted at the same time. So you might see like a 3-4-1, right? When we are sort of with the ball. But when we are actually backing off the ball, people will track back as well, providing a solid back 5 with Ugarte as well, because Ugarte is that destroyer. He is the one that will play the simple passes, to receive the ball, distribute it over to the final third, or shield the defense as well. So that's why I'm saying I'm looking forward to see what Ugarte can bring to this team. I mean, I've seen him play with Uruguay. I know what he can do, but now the proof will be in the pudding, like tomorrow. Will it be a high-scoring game? I don't think so. It might be. If we get a 2-1, I'll be happy. If we get a win, that's what I'm looking for. But in terms of expectations, if we're going to see good football, I don't really care, to be honest, Jay. I just want to have 3 points, and then we can discuss about, developing this team and how the style of play or the system.
Yeah, I think tomorrow is a case of winning ugly by any means necessary, and that will go back to one of my favorite people in world football, Mr. Mourinho, and it was win at all costs. So I think Ten Hag needs to win at all costs tomorrow. And I think some of the guys here have made some very interesting comments here, Mick. Mr. B says Zirkzee almost dropped back into the 10, but that then would free up Bruno to go forward. Doesn't Bruno fancy himself sometimes as a false 9? Lilish United, I miss Martial. Oh, Jesus, sick note, Tony. I don't know about that. Wizard says, nothing wrong with your analysis. It's all good, Jay. Okay, thank you, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Ifran says, the Hay United liars look stupid. What position did he finish before last season? What's we have here? Bexy says, let's hope Ugarte frees up Bruno and Manu. That's what we said. Roddy Johnson, there's no United DNA anymore. It has gone. People should move on. Roddy, great comment. I think the DNA left that club when Ferguson gave his infamous back your manager bollock speech. I think that's the day that the club went a bit tits up. And then the club was put in its coffin, I feel, and I'm biased, when the club backed Paul Jogba over Mourinho and sacked Mourinho and kept Jogba. And you know how that worked out. Some more comments here. The Hay of United 40 says, Scorsese said he wants to attack at all times. Well, that used to be Busby way, to be fair. Again, I'm not even old enough to remember the Busby era. But obviously we've seen the old videos. Thomas says, in my opinion, the space in midfield is the way too much ground to cover only one player. And that is what happened to Casemiro against Liverpool. That's exactly spot on. That's what happened.
The spot on,
and
Thomas,
the fan base went balls deep on Casemiro after Liverpool game. He's one player. When he played for Real Madrid, but who is aside from Real Madrid? Toni Kroos.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when Casemiro played in Real Madrid, he had ballers around him. He had Kroos, Modric. He had
Kroos, Modric. Benzema up top.
Yeah.
Varane and Ramos behind him. Come on.
Yeah.
Ramos and Varane prime behind him. Like, come on. And
but you got to give credit also to Ten Hag.
Treatment he got.
You got to give credit also to Ten Hag as well, that he recognized and chopped him off straight away in the first half. We haven't seen him done that in the previous seasons. Now, I would say that he does substitutions a little bit earlier than before. He does recognize that rotation is key. So all I'm going to say is just like, I'm going to give it a little bit of benefit of doubt and see what he does in the remaining of the cups and, Premier Leagues, because you cannot play the same team and run them ragged to the injuries. I think he learned from the mistakes of injuries from last season, to be honest. So all good for me.
Well, only time will tell if Ten Hag has learned from his follies of last season. So guys, we got 2 minutes to go. Drop a comment in live chat tomorrow. Watch match prediction. Mick is saying 2-1. I'm going 1-0. So last 2 minutes, drop your prediction, and we see what the consensus is.
Right. I'm going to do one thing here.
What are we saying tomorrow?
What are we saying? Well, Jay, while we're doing that, we're going to do the traditional, right? So we're going to play the Wheel of Fortune, right? So I have 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, 2-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-0, and 2-1. Is it something that you don't recognize on this, or do you think that it's going to be a higher score, or 4-1 potentially?
No, I'm going what I said at the start of the show. I'll take a 1-0 right now.
A 1-0. I don't think 3-2 is going to be the case. So therefore, I'm putting maybe a 4-2 United. Here we go. All right, let's do this. I'm going to spin this bloody wheel to see. I'm not going to put my prediction. Let's see. Let's do the faith. The footballing gods. Shit. Oh, no.
I love it.
Off.
So, guys, if you fancy a punt tomorrow, whatever your local provider is, it's 2-2.
2-2. We're not sponsored by Bet365 or Petty Power, whatever it's called, but 2-2. No, I don't believe it.
Not yet, Nick. Let's
see.
Not yet.
Let's see. Irfan is saying 4-1. He's very optimistic. Irfan goes with 4-1 United. 1-0 is what you are saying, Dav. Bexy saying 1-0 United. Come on, United. 3-1, what you are saying, Lilis. I'm going Sotan 3-1 United, 100%. 2-1, what you are saying here, Dove as well. And listen, I will go with my standard Ruby classic, and that is 3-1. Okay, I'm going to believe. But my mind says 2-1 United, but my heart says 3-1. But anyway,
I think Roddy Johnson sums it up. Roddy Johnson sums it up there. Comment tonight. 1-0, 1-0. Messi shit game. I'm with Roddy Johnson on that.
Roddy has the final word to say. 1-0. Messi shit game. Yeah,
I'm with Roddy Johnson. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
My final say on this one. I don't care. Just get the ball in, get 3 points, and travel home, boys. That's all I have to say. But we will see tomorrow, guys. We will see. It's an early kickoff, isn't it? It's a lunchtime kickoff. I think it's 1:15 or something, 1:30, right?
Yeah, it's quite early.
Quite early, yeah. So we will see tomorrow. I'm not going to get giddy. I'm just looking forward that football is back. It's great to be back as well, doing some streams. We had some fantastic comments. Jay, thank you for coming as well. It's been a hot minute since we saw each other, man. But what's your plans for tomorrow? You're going to sit back, watch the game? Or are you doing any post-match afterwards with Adam?
So tomorrow morning starts the rugby season. So I work with a rugby club here in Ireland where I live in Castlebar. So rugby season starts tomorrow. Straight back from rugby, it's into United Southampton. Then it's college football in afterwards. That's the Texas Longhorns are playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night, then it's on with Adam tomorrow night and doing a post match. So busy day.
No, we can say hi to Adam, man. Yeah. He's probably he's going to Old Trafford 100%. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I want to be there as well. But no, not Old Trafford. So is he going to St. Mary's? Is he traveling or no?
No, St. Mary's. No, he's not going. He's watch along. He's not going.
Oh yeah. So okay, so guys, tune in for Jay tomorrow. Post match reaction, call spade a spade with Adam as well. Say hello to the neighboring channel, guys. It is late. We gone over time with 5 minutes extra time, but anyway, United will win according to my opinion. I'm saying 3-1. I changed my mind, Jay. I fucking believe we're gonna win tomorrow. But if we lose, that's not gonna be good. Let's not tease the footballing gods, mate. Anyway, Jay, big up for coming in here, for having your say. Always a pleasure, Jay. Always providing realism and a punch of salt and pepper together. Buddy, enjoy the rest of your evening. And
good to go on, guys. Just like everybody, there's a lot of people now in the live chat watching. So please like and subscribe, and put a comment on the channel, a permanent comment, because I do read them, and anything saucy I will respond.
Yeah, 100%. We do apologize that we haven't done live for a little bit for 2 weeks almost. I had a personal break as well, but we are back. And a little bit rusty, but it's all about you guys. It's all about you. Whatever you say in the comments, we read it. Leave a message in the comment section. Big up for everyone that's contributed in the chat. Sorry if we didn't have time to read them all. And thank you so much for the super chat. Jay, enjoy the rest of the evening. I know you're preparing for a wedding. Say hello to your lovely family, and big up everyone that's tuning in. Let's go United. Glory, Man United. We are out of here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.